Welcome everyone to more exotic RISC and previously highest end Linux workstation support here. Today continuation with HPPA RISC, mostly because I actually got a new machine donated and latest and greatest and stuff of latest and greatest of 2004 or whatever. And of course it doesn't just work, so so this might just be a configuration issue. Of course I tried to boot an older, like previous live stream 2 years ago, so Hewlett-Packard HPPA RISC, and that has here kernel panic, as you see, determining PDC firmware type unsupported. And I grabbed this previously in one of my other many, maybe not here, wherever I grabbed that. And this might need a 64-bit kernel on some architectures, also PowerPC and Spark. And you need a 64-bit kernel, not like x86 where you can boot. I mean, maybe they could. Also, sometimes it's also hardware resource. You would wonder why is it not possible to boot a 32-bit kernel. It might also simply be that some hardware addresses, like memory mapped IO stuff, is physically too high, and then you can't run a 32-bit addressed kernel there, or other stuff of simply not implemented. It would maybe possible, like maybe on an Apple G5 or whatever, but nobody cared, nobody implemented because, yeah, you know, whatever, why would you want to do that? So that is certainly a good excuse to actually test building that. So I know from my memory that we don't, or like there is no upstream user space support for 64-bit. So we anyway would need a 32-bit user space. I have no idea what we previously implemented that. HPPA RISC was started at Rock Linux by someone else. By the way, do we still have there? Did I remove all the experimental things? Which maybe I did. So I have no idea what happens there. And also, so basically, yeah, whatever might happen there, I have no idea. Why is there? Oh, okay. So, all right, would we want to optimize that for something else? Hey, 0 frames, amazing stuff over LTE. All the frames coming live to you today over LTE because Vodafone DOCSIS obviously sucks. Let's check our optimization. So I don't want to build all of that, although Epic thread ripping through that here, cross-compiling that. Oh, no special optimization, that is off to a good start. Cross-compile, LTO, maybe not today, maybe we optimize that smart. Maybe I should document that better in the future. And then let's see probably what happens. Also, we want tempfs. So usually this comes pre-configured with my build all this stuff and keep that. And then let's see what happens. I wonder though, if there is no user space, so I literally, maybe we better check what this is configured to do. So Arch test has so that might not be ideal. I have the feeling this will not just build, yeah, just as I expected. So maybe the best thing, and welcome everyone. Wouldn't surprise me if... Maybe let's quickly check the man page, because always 2 pro tips, right? Start reading the freaking manual and the sources, because manual can also be wrong. HP, so they don't have 6. Oh, we have some drop frames. I just press my LTE and then. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's it. So, do they have -64 here? Because the better thing to do then. These drop frames really trigger me. Nothing like live streaming over and freaking out iPhone. Welcome everyone. Want to drop out? No, it should be. This is over LTE, but I had this yesterday also. Yesterday, the first live stream on my main channel was 0 drop frames, and then the second live stream I would think also over LTE. It's like, yeah, 2022, everyone switches to freaking LTE or G5, and that is then similar overloaded because everyone's landline so broken that everyone is using that. So that, as I expected, because there is literally no user space support for that. Oops, that is also similar to, did I have? I had this even configured. So let's build HPPA RISC. I probably have, I checked on my other Horizon, because there's nothing like too many Horizons here. So basically I'm running that now. And that probably should then be fine. So we, depending on what we need there, maybe we read even more kernel sources while we do that. Do I still have them here? Somewhere I extracted the Linux kernel sources somewhere. Oh, like here. And let's read what they have here in, they are called this PA RISC. And, or maybe in the make file. So they probably use set default 32. Dash does not have, where would be? Fconfig 64-bit. And where do they? Enable we want to store 64-bit. At the moment, only people are willing to use more than 2 gig of memory. Right, this machine has 8 gigs of memory, 64-bit only capable. Yes, so, or having a 64-bit only capable PA RISC machine. This might be the case here, since there is no 64-bit user and there is no point enable this option. Otherwise, it's significantly bigger and slower. So, significantly bigger and slower. Thank you very much. Exactly what we wanted, right? PA. So, but what do they? 64-bit, what do they? I don't quite see where they, because some architectures don't have -64 with GCC, not even ARM64, to my surprise. So that is a little bit annoying. Maybe we check. So this is all the question is, of course, how do we need to build GCC? Do they have a 64-bit option, which I didn't quite see there instantly? Oops. Okay, they have here one, where is even, wait a second. Why is this so strange? Yeah, config, why is there not... Ah. Or do they... No, wait, where is... Maybe they named it strangely? Or PA? Don't tell me they named this PA. Maybe they named this PA in all their wisdom and stuff. So given we anyway have the same user space, we have two options. Of course, there are always infinite options, but we basically have two main options. One is we use one target and build the kernel twice, or we have another full build. But given that this, I mean, okay, we could, I mean, as a technical person, I would tend to having one build and having like one unit PA RISC build, and obviously that saves me building all the user space twice. On the other side, though, it looks more if in T2 we have a HPPA RISC 64-bit build variant for the Guinness World Record Book of supporting the most architectures, and we could optimize it more, right? Similar to PowerPC 64 and stuff, having a old 32-bit base CPU stuff and a 32-bit user space but more optimized thing. At first we need to find out what we need here in terms of GCC then. It's a little bit of a pity that we need to build this stuff now first. While we wait for this stuff to build, we could patch some things in the Linux kernel which annoyed me, because it takes a while. Where's my main smartphone? That is good for a good start. All right, this is actually, we don't have a cross compiler yet, all is fine. What I wanted to do two things, so that is actually all I wanted. I just used the T2 environment to do something. So one thing is, okay, let's do the first sort first. This message here is a little bit annoying. Because I had the problem is even and I've seen a lot of things in 25 years, as you probably noticed, so even I had to grab the kernel sources. So I think I, for T2, add a note here, like unsupported, maybe try a 64-bit kernel. I had this grab previously here. So let's patch that first. Not even... here is even panic. Wait a second. Does this panic show? Here, actually, wait a second. It is actually there. It's okay, fine. Then we don't need to patch it. I somehow overread this. Okay, fine. So we don't need to patch that. The other thing I wanted to patch, also, there's so much to actually read what is in front of you, right? Amazing pro tip. The other thing is, it gets a little bit annoying for me to always type this WLAN stuff here. And now in T2, usually we are, of course, a just raw and mostly unpatched Linux distribution. But after a decade or two, I would say, you know what, let's fuck the shit. This is so we had I mean, the names are not uniform anyway. If it's some. Where would it even be? As naming. Why do we call this as naming? WLAN Wi-Fi as names. Alright, because previously there were even some, and you see the Cisco even had Wi-Fi. So after like 2006, like after 15 years, You know, actually I would say the Cisco stuff was right. Was this even, is this on a Mac? Power Mac? Let's patch all the freaking drivers to Wi-Fi. Yeah, this even Cisco Aero, this even is Ethernet for some. The only thing is, these are more things to patch. I would say this Wi-Fi name is where, I mean, everyone says Wi-Fi, right? Also, it sounds even stupid, like WLAN stuff. This kind of stuff. I mean, sure, it's cosmetic and who cares, but as I use command line stuff and we have some minutes to wait for some cross-compiler to build, let's patch it. Let's just patch the way we like it. I think also, no, I fat-fingered something. No, whatever. The only thing is, we would need to patch that for each new freaking driver. but so be it, I guess. So this probably should be, I mean, we could grab for, so how to find this. This should be on WLAN. And how many are this? I mean, or actually quite some, they really call this WLAN stuff there. So we need to be a little careful. We only want this, actually there are not that many, are there? Okay, maybe 30. Yeah, leave in the comments below. WLAN devices should always be named WLAN, yeah, except when everyone calls them Wi-Fi. Actually, wait a second, we need to redo that because we had this other patch already applied, so let's do that there. Leave in the comments below. I mean, it's maybe a little bit superfluous, it's just like command line, power user and stuff. It annoys me a bit. Maybe in 15 years or 5. I revert this decision, but do we have a compiler now? Do we? We built LLVM. Did we have GCC and binutils already? I wonder how much the kernel builds already now. Yeah, it doesn't build most. No, 27 because tool is patched. Let's just quickly. Here's net wireless core. Mac. I mean, it's surprisingly not that many. Maybe most use some wireless core functionality where we have def change net names. There is IEEE 8211 if at. Maybe most use that actually, I would hope. Otherwise this should be more. Yeah, so let's. Do we have staging? Actually most of them are even staging. I mean, yeah, that are not that many, and if most use core functionality, maybe it shouldn't become that many more. So I've run our fix file diffs, has created this vanilla files, and then let's sed that. So let's sed substitute WLAN to Wi-Fi. Maybe globally just in case. Oh, wait a second, do we have... Probably we don't have. In all of this grep. Oops, probably have done something wrong. Substitute quotes Wi-Fi. Because this was stupid. Because we substituted the vanilla files down. What a fail. Okay, let's do the reverse. In grep vanilla. No input files. All right. That looks better. Nothing like substituting stuff twice. So then should we even call it Ethernet naming, because it's actually wireless, right? So leave in the comments below if you like that. I slightly even wonder if that applies, because there's a possibility with our P3 patch that failed. Oh wait, host IP. Apparently our mass SED substitution stuff broke something, because it's of course what happens when you mess up. Only one though. What happened here? Probably we substituted that before, so apparently not what happened here. Need to check what happened there. Yeah, pro tip, don't substitute stuff wrong the first time, then you avoid that. Welcome everyone. Yeah, so this takes a while. Usually keep the builds around, but yeah, it's already 2 months and stuff. Actually, I probably kept the builds, like the last release builds, around for quite a while. Just probably the other day deleted those. Yeah, maybe we configure the Hewlett-Packard Precision architecture like a HPPA RISC 64 in such a way that it builds a kernel, I guess. Linux, and then let's grab that again and see what more we find. Suppress Oric. Why does so yes, somehow what happened with this patch? Not sure what happened with this patch. Dev template, prefix for network device names. sure why that didn't apply. Why is this so slow? Okay, so now the patch applies, now we only need to cross-compiler. So I will not build everything. Actually, even the problem is with all this nonsense stuff, I even forgot how to create this live image there. Darn it. That is, what was even the payload live image? Need to read the freaking manual how to create this. Or maybe it was somehow, it was probably some payload. Do I have this documented here? Is there a new version? No. Payload get. Oh, there's a new version. Why did we not? Much newer version. Was there something? Once there was something that something didn't. Boot. Did we downdate one? Updated. Currently not. Nothing like some nice win-win for this bootloader. Leave image. Not a freaking min page. Maybe it was just leave image. Increase allowed size from 20 to 800 megabyte when creating leave images. Cool. Okay, yeah, so much to min page. Crack lab. Ah, darn, I built the wrong configuration. And welcome everyone. Of course, we only want a minimalistic. Yeah, so much to it probably was. Or can we like make build that and what does it do here for leave image? Ah, payload. Ah, okay, this is how it's created. So leave image is created with payload. Payload F. Okay. That is good to know. So, did I even... Do we create a leave image? While... Oh, no, I think I grabbed this here, right? Yeah, so much to that. So now we only need to wait shortly until we have a freaking cross-compiler. Like, I don't know, maybe we have it already? And okay, that has no such. What does it even? Does it use a right compiler? KCC, I would guess that should. amd-pstate. Why is there always something that breaks? Guess they should work though. This is a little bit unfortunate. Or does the VDSO need glibc headers? If we are lucky, we just miss some. It doesn't say anything about included. Womp, womp, wow. What is that? Alright, this might be, I think this is just the other compiler. Oops. Skips it for now. So yeah, I guess you only find out whether your Ryzen 1750X overclock and undervolt is actually still alive on YouTube. There was one spontaneous reset later, which is even also runs this on I want this as a workspace. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, it's also a win-win because obviously I need to know the. But oh, yeah, recurring pro tip: don't overclock your stuff. It's mostly a waste of time, unless you do it for excessive fun. If I would not do it for YouTube data gathering, I would probably also not overclock my stuff. Also, right now we have 0 frames over Vodafone stocks, failing doxes. So we still need to figure out the GCC config stuff here. Was it config.gcc? Actually, maybe we grab for that. So yeah, they have the CMPA, which I find rather. I wonder why can't like Linux kernel and GNU stuff use all the same like HPPA RISC and PA, similar to PowerPC's RS6000, RR6Ks, like freaking why? What did they do here? Workaround missing header file. And there is PA64 Linux, so I really hate having to decipher all their GCC custom GNU stuff. So there they just have CPU type PA. Target CPU default. TM file. So how is this different? PA, mask color. Maybe we indeed need to configure that specifically for don't tell me this looks extremely dual architecture, multi-lib unfriendly, if you ask me. Arch, oh, this is Solaris. This is of course Spark. Oh, where's Linux? So there's some B-Arch. I really wonder why this compiler writers cannot like always support, like even an A-Arch 64, ARM 64. Where have we even... Ah, here. Oh, why do they have... Oh, they have a star and that is why this doesn't grab... This is really... Because I'm then not even sure... It doesn't even look... Oh, so wait, what do we build? Are we at 2 Perl already? How have we at 2? Okay, okay. So yes, it looks extremely unfriendly to me to support 32 and 64-bit with one compiler, which might be why we didn't see any options to switch that in the man page. All right, this is wrong. Need cross-compile per right now. Yeah, that is, we support 26 freaking architecture combination, and then Hewlett-Packard PA RISC 64-bit breaks it all. So the problem with that is, if that indeed does not, I mean, we could, you know what we could try? We could try to build it and see what happens. I mean, we could, of course, first read more of the sources here. TMAC file, I mean, at least this stuff, but yeah, here's also no mask, PA 2. I mean, this is just on a high level. March 2.0. I wonder if 2.0 Where does CMake fail even? I wonder what happens. Let's do a concurrent build and change our 64-bit stuff here to or does it even help? No, it doesn't really even help. Like changing it to, it's not even that easy. Like we would still need, like if we change that to 32-bit, we would still need to condition. Oh, what a mess. Yeah, quickly booting your new donated Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture machine and opening the biggest Pandora box. I've messed with it. Why? Let's see what we get if we run. What is it, 2.0? What was it even? Let's see. Alright, this no. RISC, this is 32-bit elf now. Why does it grok the everything? Yeah. They want just 2.0 maybe. Well, I think we just lost our attempt here. That comes from reusing. No, that doesn't really... Actually, wait a second, our T2 stuff might remove that. How did we call this bypass? No. What did we call it? What was the name for that? And where did we have that? Did we have this in RISC tools? Bypass. Didn't use that in a while. But it's still 32 bits, so yeah, that looks really messy. That is... It's probably not that they support that. It's documented. So it looks to me we would need a whole second set of compiler, which we need for nothing except maybe ARM64 if we would. I mean, it annoyed me as well that we didn't have a dash M. I mean, you really wonder what this best of the industry at ARM and surrounding companies implement of not supporting dash M64. Um, I basically can stop the build already. And it's much messier than I imagined. What did we build for? I mean, it would be I mean, I could merge manually and whole init.rd with a kernel to test boot that. But yeah, this is just because of some core decisions of not transparently supporting that in GCC. I mean, sure, for a totally niche architecture. I mean, but everything is implemented probably 20 years ago, even from Hewlett-Packard and stuff. I mean, yeah, the only win-win and saving grace would be to support that for ARM32 and ARM64 builds. How far did we build for? Yeah, glibc did we? Alright, these are the headers. This will fail. So yeah, that is unexpectedly annoying. What? Oh, this is again too many build tiers. So we would even need to bootstrap GCC differently, because then we don't have user space files and we need to bootstrap it. I mean, what a messy chicken and egg problem. I mean, maybe, but there's a problem. Oh, there's so many problems. I mean, what we could do, what might be the cleanest thing, I mean, cleanest of all the hacky things, would probably to create a GCC32 package, which we only enable for ARM64 and HPPA RISC-64, to build the second cross-compiler variant. That probably would be the cleanest of all the hacky things. I hate when things are like that. I wonder how far do we get if we YOLO that? I would just want to see a kernel booting at least for now. But that also makes building the whole distribution really messy. We could also do it the other way around, that we have the third, like, HPPA RISC target and then have an additional GCC64, but I mean, at least then we share the user space. Yeah, every system, yeah. Best for slash. Even builds there for 8,000. The crazy thing is, so if we, I mean, we have targets where we voluntarily choose to default to 32-bit, like Spark and PowerPC, for the performance. But for this one, so what I just said, I said GCC 32, right? The crazy thing is, I mean, but this is also, I mean, the crazy thing is for ARM64, it's even a little bit different for ARM, because for ARM64 we at least have a 64-bit userland, and we would normally have everything by default 64-bit. And for HPPA RISC, it would be the other way around. We don't have a 32-bit user space and want everything. I mean, for ARM, I don't even care that much, because who would want to run messy 32-bit code that maybe some CPUs like Apple's do not even support? Such a mess. Let's see what happens if we change that. Oops. Short int. Basically copying. Yeah, that looks about right. So let's glibc build the headers, even though they will not match and stuff. I just want a cross compiler. Probably so that it's a little bit hacky. Okay, that. Why do we build diet? Oh, wait a second, this is the wrong. Also want a minimal target here, minimal package selection. I mean, another variant would be to hack up, like not having a dedicated package, but hack up the GCC package to partially build twice or so, which obviously also is a pretty gross hack. All I wanted was a cross compiler. Ah, come on, I don't even need Perl here. Oh wait, we also need to switch. So for GCC we need to switch. Need to be careful here. Actually for bin utils also. At least it's also pre-testing for our big rebuild or at release build soon. That all the stuff still cross-compiles. So bin utils. So basically revert that and let's continue. Let's see what happens. I mean, bin utils might be dual arch capable. I think in the meantime you can build bin utils even with all architecture supported. Okay, is that built hopefully for... Probably should have configured, shouldn't it? For... Yeah, HPPA RISC 64T2 Linux Watt GMP. I mean, for those it doesn't matter. They're building the cross-compiler support stuff. ...2003, people already wondered. Yeah, why this m-m32 is not a standard for all architectures, especially in GCC. So let me think, if we... What a mess. Time to write my own compiler, I guess, for the microkernel. Alright, we test build Palo already. Wait, what is here with our... Something with GCC? GDB, I mean. So now we're building GCC, so that is an interesting thing. That is a cross-compiler, so... It's the first time in a long time our T2 scripts build that. So what would we need for the kernel? Mostly only... Do we even have... I mean, for now I can use a proof of concept just for myself. I mean, obviously, you always start with a proof of concept. Yeah, to be done. It's off to a good start. question there, is it a microkernel-based operating system? Not yet. We will work on our microkernel at a later time. So something broke for Linux on HPPA RISC. Thank you very much. Nah. Apparently, maybe according to this. Anyway. Okay, maybe. Okay, you know what? Maybe I don't make tricky stuff. Maybe we just. Instead of including that, let's. So then we don't really want to build all of this stuff except maybe came out now. Let's see what happens with the Linux kernel probably. But then I also need to figure out what's going on here though. Restart syscall. Reducible absolute expression. That somehow doesn't look healthy. And that is the same here. But we anyway need to switch this to 64-bit. It says auto default to 64-bit. No, it didn't. And then why do I have config SMP is not set here? Or maybe I didn't. Did I had any other? Maybe all my other PA RISC are single processor. Let's see what happens then. Yeah, but that is also... I mean, this is assembler, so there is a new bin-utils version. I think the previous one was... Not sure. Once I reverted one because it was too broken. Are we currently on the latest? Still breaks the same. Yeah, so much to you. All you wanted is quickly build a matching 64-bit kernel for your new donated HPPA RISC system, and all you got is epic thread ripping faster to build errors. But that's my life, 25 years in the making. Okay, 64-bit is set. It might be the only thing we need. I mean, plus some maybe newer. So this is, what was this chip set? Set 1 or maybe we need some, this is sharing this Itanium. It's set 1 chipset, I think. Okay, so for both we have currently this annoying pseudo-op. Or is it... do we have compat set? Yeah, that is set by default apparently. Okay, so now we only need to figure out how to build this stuff. Where is latest is... Okay, this might be the latest. It's the latest broken on HPPA RISC. It's always a possibility. It was building some time ago. Yeah, let's wait shortly if it builds. Somehow Ethernet or DOCSIS internet is not the most amazing today. Yeah, internet, but I mean we have not really new drop frames. I'm surprised we have so much. Maybe all the upstream is so congested that I need better internet. Ah, cool. It also fails. Which patch is it even? You can't call this toxic internet. So this, instead of merging this, this will temporarily have all the other matching files there. So we are trying to build a kernel that builds on the last and fastest and most powerful little packet PA precision architecture RISC workstation. I got donated. What other names did we had there? So let's see what happens then. We had here also M-Wi-Fi X. This was inland. Was there not M? Interesting. Station interface by default. Is it even? Maybe did we make a mistake in some? I thought one even was once M-Wi-Fi. Did we? Maybe we missed some actually. Oh wait, what do we build there? Oh, right. No. Okay, I have a little bit many. Some of this is overmatching. Okay, fine. It's not the most important today. Okay, shit, this still doesn't work. If it's not that, then it could also be that some processing goes wrong there. What did we once? Once there was something, maybe it's processing something and that goes wrong. Some people voting there already. Oh, darn, I forgot something, but now it's what it is. Let's see what happens now. Wait a second, which? Oh no, this is the right. Okay, there's probably something else gone wrong. I mean, HPPA RISC built not too long ago. Like basically 2 months ago. Wait, did I even build the right? Did I only build the 64-bit variant? The question with this VDSO stuff, I only hope that binutils at least supports both at a time, maybe, or we need to configure it differently. I really hate debugging this makefile stuff. So actually we could check if we can disable that. Not, usually you can disable that. Still builds the VDSO32. Compat is on again. Maybe they forced that on. Oops. But this also fails the same way. Actually, you know what? It might also be, you know what? It might be actually a regression Linux kernel. What's the last one I built for? Something like that. Let's see what happens with it. Yeah, otherwise I would need to go meditate over whatever they do with their assembly stuff. I'm not sure what's with too much lag. I mean, once we have been down, but it says some 2.5 Mbit going out, only 297 drop frames. So, oh darn this. So yeah, I would need to, I unfortunately need to go meditate over this stuff. And given that this is pre-processed and stuff, is it pre-processed? I would need to check, but it looked on a first glance. Maybe I should actually look into that file. You know what, pro tip, look at the freaking file. Who knows what generated stuff is going wrong there. Yeah, pro tip first, look, before you further trial and error, look at the freaking source. So that is 16. Doesn't look that bad though. And that also does not look... That is really sad. So many issues. Yeah, you think you have your stuff set up and patched and stuff, and then how do we continue with this stuff? I mean, we could probably we probably should check with our last known good release. That was 21.7. That for sure must have built for PA RISC. So that was 236.1. What did we build on? Oh, who knew? Older than that. Don't tell me Benutels broke. Oops. I mean, that's what I suspected in the beginning, as far as I remember at least. Yeah, I'm cooling, right now I'm cooling the Ryzen 7950X with just one 12 centimeter AIO. That is obviously not ideal. I actually had a larger ordered, but that was cancelled by the retailer because it was like nearly new with just some scratch, and I thought I obviously saved $50 on a bloody water cooler air with one bloody scratch, but some of the consoles. Okay, this still doesn't work. Which is sad. I mean, it still could also be the Linux kernel if it's not been utils. Maybe I recently changed them after that. Yep. What, don't tell me. Oh wait, this is also the wrong release. This is 21.7. What do I even look? What am I even looking at? 22.9. But that can't be that old. That is really disappointing. Where's the bloody kconfig? Right, it's PA-RISC. I mean, I wonder, they allow the choice here. Default bool yes if arch PA-RISC 64, and otherwise it's an option. Wait, there was a compat. So yeah, it's also default bool yes. So you can't disable that for PA-RISC. You can for some other architectures. Yeah, I probably guru meditate that later at home. Let's just do one quick test. Alright, now I don't see the voting. How clever. Just wanted to see if we correctly default to 64-bit. Yeah. So, maybe we take one quick look. What exactly is it doing here? Is this generated make GCC? Is it running that through GCC? Off-topic question, why focus on Linux and not other systems such as BSD? Because Linux has the most drivers, BSD is even more old-fashioned. I mean, from the BSDs, the only thing I'm more interested in is Dragonfly BSD, but we will focus soon on the microkernel. It's always one more and last thing, and like this, the whole year passes. What's freaking going on here, though? So I think it's indeed... Wait a second, is it even the right? Wait a second, is this... is it running that through my system GCC and not... I think it's somehow using the wrong GCC. Maybe I should have checked that in the beginning. Is our car CC patch incomplete? Because we patched that to KCC. Maybe our KCC patch does not. CC if shell is type KCC, KCC or GCC. Okay. It looks like that should. Debugging makefiles live on this channel, huh? CC, KCC, KCC, GCC. It still does. Why does this use GCC here? You fixed and patched and quirked everything, and at the end of the day it's using the wrong compiler. Can that be true? I so hate when this happens. Where's our KCC patch? Kernel CC, thank you very much. I don't. Where do we have? Okay, they had this. Why do we even do that like that? Maybe the shell stuff, maybe this arrows out differently. But I just had overridden that. I don't quite get why we make this so complicated. I mean, theoretically, we could even not patch that and simply run cc equals. Why do we even patch that at all? Could just override cc. We var append if we cc equals kcc. Shouldn't it be that easy without bloody needing a patch? Probably should work, shouldn't it? I don't quite think this will just fix that, but whatever is going wrong there. No, we don't merge anything. This is just 6 or 0. I mean, maybe I should test build this for something else though, but so we run this now with cc equals that, not patched, but this is still. But there it runs, wait a second, there it runs, checks this calls HPPA KCC. Why does it run GCC down here? Okay, I mean, it's not that important, that is just, or is it? Is this a RISC specific regression? Here's something. Cross 32cc. Cross 32 compile GCC. You can't make this shit up. Default 32 with cross compiler. That is maybe the issue. Although does this so yeah, just as I said in the beginning of this live stream, we probably need 2 freaking separated compilers, which is total freaking annoying. It is also, so do they do that always? You know what, I think VDSO, I remember VDSO support for HPPA RISC is even new. This might be just recently added to the Linux kernel, so as I remember. You can't make this stuff up. They should only, I would call this a bug though, because in this case we're not building a 64-bit kernel with, so in this case I would say it should just freaking use the supplied compiler, not this additional hackery there. Oh, I think this builds more. And we wasted how much? 15 minutes. Yeah, recurring pro tip. Read, so this even freaking builds. What a bullshit. Oh, wait a second, did it even build? There might have been an error. Was there some error? Scrolls fast. Undeclared videos also due to offset sick Trump RT. Thank you very much. Yeah, so at least the win-win is removing our KCC patch probably, but not only probably did the latest kernel. I mean, we could check when they added that and try to build the last version before that. since the beginning of the year. I can no longer cross-compile. Huh. Other people also see issues. Yeah, so recurring theme. It was other people found it too, and it's still not fixed. At least, yeah, we know that we need to tackle that before next release, because that is set. Dann we renamed the Linux. Yeah, okay. So to summarize this, supporting that fully is messy. Not only the new, well, okay, although there's also build error though, wherever that should come from. But HPPA RISC is even more messy because we would need two separate compilers, because the GCC compiler people were just super lazy of supporting both dynamically, concurrently, user selectable, similar to what AArch64 for ARM64 also didn't. So yeah, where does it come from? You would think from inside the Linux kernel, but wherever that comes from. Once upon a time stuff also did build in a galaxy far, far away. Probably was merged later, so let's see. Because I renamed it in between. No? Alright, maybe I renamed it. If we are lucky, we... Oh darn, now I deleted just a patch. Let's see if we're so lucky and that version doesn't have the VSO yet. Where did they discuss that? In which kernel was it even? Would be good to know which precise version that was. Can Google answer that? Why is Google so bad in finding technical stuff these days? This is probably a much older message. Yeah, it took some decade to implement that. And now it breaks building. Just what we want. Stream also significantly reduces here the download, but I mean, the upstream is not that bad right now, which is crazy that this freaking download takes so long. Ironically, I probably had this downloads. I just recently cleaned my download folder, which I probably should not have done. But nah. I also have to go though. It's amazing that so many people tuned in. I will continue this. I mean, we found some stuff and so on. We probably also, I mean, we could check if the freaking internet would freaking load TM. Oh man, drop frames. .3.11, whatever kernel that was after that. I mean, you know what we could do to make ourselves lives easier? It's probably not really that important and used until the HPPA RISC right now. Simply overlay our, oh, so many drop frames, it's hilarious. Simply overlay the package for HPPA RISC, or at least, you know what, at least for HPPA RISC 64. We could even, like, we could build VDSO for, I mean, if it would build and not disable that, because we need 2 compilers then. But oh, is that messy? It's, yeah, it's ridiculous what people and companies and stuff produce. Anyway, have to go. Was an amazing time hanging out here live on this channel, taking an initial look at what is needed to support that machine, probably. I hope you learned something, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, or vote there on this poll for Ethernet Wi-Fi naming. Hope the next day's internet will be better, and see you soon for more frames to hopefully come through.